What's up everybody, and welcome to another edition of AGR's Pop Culture Reviews. Now, as I promised in previous reviews, I was going to be giving a little more emphasis on the character of Red Sonja, mostly because she's becoming increasingly popular, and again, there is a resurgence in the interest in this character. Now, so far what we've reviewed is a 1/6 scale version of this character, and if you recall from my reviews, that was phenomenal. Definitely worth the price, and as my remarks, if you remember, basically, it was Hot Toys quality at a lower price, and we also reviewed a statue which was good on its own account, but you do have to take into consideration price point over overall value. But one of the great things about any licenses is when they really get them in that perfect scale and the perfect amount of detail, and as we all know, premium format statues are really at the vanguard of this medium and really sought after by collectors. So whenever there's an announcement of a character getting the premium format treatment, it is very exciting. Now, there's already been one rendition of the premium format statue for Red Sonja. This is actually the second attempt by SideShow Collectibles, and later on this year we're also going to get a third statue, which I'm really excited about. So today we're going to be taking a closer look at the second attempt by SideShow Collectibles, the Red Sonja premium format. Let's take a closer look. Now, obviously, one of the things that strikes you almost immediately out of the box is how much this head sculpt looks like the box art, and the box art is phenomenal. I love the sculpt of this piece, and especially the hair. Just take a look at the way it flows, very natural. Most importantly though, is the countenance in the face. The cheekbones look fantastic, the eyes look stern, and just everything about this piece, especially the lips, looks really great. This incredible attention to detail also extends to the upper torso of this figure. Now let's face it, this character is known for not wearing too much in terms of a uniform or a costume, so they had to make sure that the flesh tone was done very well, and here they did an excellent job. Not only did they get the paint to match up really well as it would with real human skin, but they also offset that really well with the armor. Not only did they do a great job in making sure that it looks like actual metal, but it's incredibly ornate. I love the sculpt of the chainmail, which is individually sculpted, and adding and complementing this piece is the amber accents, which just make this piece look phenomenal. Now, the sculpt on her gloves are equally impressive. I like that it really looks like leather. I love the etching and especially the symbols. The only problem that I have with it is that this piece, it has little to no mixed media, which is a real shame, and I would like to have seen these gloves in a kind of cloth or some kind of leather, but overall they do look really well. Now, the midsection of this piece is incredibly impressive in terms of its overall physiology. Just take a look at that, guys. The obliques, the abdominals, the belly button, that area just looks phenomenal. They did a great job with the shading. It looks very organic. Now, my only complaint, again, given the fact that it has such a beautiful sculpt, is I would like to have seen a little bit of mixed media here in the crotch area. I think that would have looked phenomenal, and it was really a missed opportunity. Now, Red Sonja has been known for being a powerful badass, and nothing showcases that more than in the musculature of her legs. Just take a look at the muscles in those quads. They are phenomenal. I especially like the armor around her leg, and again, those amber accents look fantastic. This is a great job, and you know what? You can see that they also did an excellent job in the shading, especially down by her lower leg. You see those blood spatters? They're done amazingly, and I'm so glad that they did this. It really goes with this piece. Another great thing about this piece is definitely in the stance. It's epic, and the cool thing about it is that the sculpt, they got it just right in her boots. Now again, one of the things that is bothering me is the lack of mixed media. I would love to have seen a fabric here, which would have looked amazing, but then again, it might have been a little bit harder to get those blood spatters and it would have looked weird, but overall the sculpt looks really great. Now, unfortunately, I wasn't set the SideShow exclusive this time around, but it doesn't mean that this piece isn't any more special, because she is wielding twin swords this time, and just take a look at that, guys. That is incredible in terms of the overall detail. The hilt looks fantastic. I love the way that they painted the metal this time. It looks semi-rusty, and it looks great. It looks like you need a tetanus shot for these, but most impressively is the blood spatter. I mean, that pattern looks awesome, guys. Overall, they did a phenomenal job on these swords, and they are pretty weighty. The SideShow exclusive, of course, comes with that massive battle axe, and that would have been cool to have. However, there's no need to fear, because regardless of whether or not you get the SideShow exclusive or the regular version, one of the best things, if not the best thing about this piece, is definitely the base. Guys, this thing is freaking awesome. Take a look at the detail in the serpent. Look at the eyes there, the teeth, the fangs. It just looks awesome, guys. They did an amazing job. This is one of my favorite bases to date. You see the ribs coming out, or the semi-ribs, I guess, from the snake. You also have these pieces that are kind of translucent, so they look very organic. And I love the fact that she's stepping on that snake's like tongue. It looks great. The patterns in the bones look fantastic, and I especially like the scales. They look great. The sculpt, the paint, it is just a really great job overall, guys. And I have to say, for all of this detail, very small footprint. So here's the deal, guys. This is an absolute easy one for me. This is definitely a holy grail piece. The first premium format statue sold out immediately. This one is getting harder and harder to find, and the pre-orders are pretty filled up for the third installment of the premium format, which I'm really excited about. That one looks cool because it does have some mixed media, which is awesome, guys. So if you haven't already gotten this and you're a big fan of Red Sonja, you should get it because it is getting harder and harder to find. Now before I go, I just really want to thank the folks over at SideShow Collectibles for finally giving me the opportunity to review this piece. Alright everybody, so that's my official review of SideShow Collectibles' second version of the premium format statue of Red Sonja. As always, I thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next AGR's Pop Culture Reviews.